On this occasion, we would want to conduct a one-day free health camp, but it was not within our purview, so we jointly organized with the Churachandpur Doctors Association. Some of the members are here. The newly passed out, freshly graduate dental surgeons will be seeing patients. So we can call up your friends or your families to come and avail these facilities. There are also free medicines to be given. And now I would like to request the chief guest for today, Sir Shyamlal, to cut the ribbon and open this one-day free health.
I welcome you all to today for the observation of World No Tobacco Day 2008 and the dissemination of GATS to 2016 to 2017 for Manipur, along with one-day free oral health checkup jointly organized with Churachandpur Doctors Association, CDA, which will be held in the premises. Come the District Health Society Churachandpur for the launching of Intensified Diarrhea Control Fortnight IDCF on 28th of May 2018 to 9 June 2018 under the theme Zero Child Deaths Due to Childhood Diarrhea. We shall right away start off with the program. We will begin with a welcome address from Ms. Jengai Lun, DPM, NCD Clinic, Sisipur.
Good morning to all. Respected Sir DC, Churachandpur, Chairman District Health Society Churachandpur, NHM, then Madam Manwanching, DC, Perzol District, and respected Sir Rakesh Barwal, IPS, Sisipur, then Sir Krishna Kumar, AC to DC, Sisipur, and respected Madam CMO, Churachandpur District, then respected Sir CMO, Perzol, all the DLOs, staff from SP office, and representative from CSO, representative from Charles Leader, and then representative from nursing school, then staff from NHM office, DPMU, BPMU, then staff from NTCP, then resource person, then help from Churachandpur Doctors Association, DNOs of IDCF, NTCPs. Lastly, but not the least, very important, media, printed and electronic, for coming here and observing our two programs simultaneously, launching of IDCF 2018, as well as observations of World No Tobacco Day 2018. I, on behalf of District Health Society, Churachandpur, welcome you today for the programs, and in between we'll be having an award distribution for Pakwada, as well as some special award in between also. Now I request our dignitaries, respected DC sir, our today's chief guest, to come on the dais. Our respected Madam Manwamching, DC Perzo, to come on the dais. And respected Sir Rakesh Palwal, our guest of honor for today, to come and sit on the dais. And Madam CMO, our functional presidents, our Sir CMO, so Perzol, our functional president for today's program. I request all of them to come on the dais. Then our respected Sir CEO will be on his way. He'll be coming. We welcome him in advance. And then DPO ICDS, Madam Mai Pakpi. I hope she's on the way. Thank you so much, everyone. Wish you all the best, and then we'll start our technical program now. Thank you.
Thank you, DPM. We will now have the theme Exposition and Dissemination of GATS 2016 to 17 from Dr. Jingnun Siam, DNO, NTCP, Sisipur.
Good morning to you all, respected invited dignitaries and participants of this program. I'm Dr. Jingnun Siam, the District Nodal Officer for National Tobacco Control Program. It's been 1 year that we have been doing some work in the field of anti-tobacco awareness. Last year, our respected Deputy Commissioner, Sir Shyamlal Punya, inaugurated the tobacco cessation clinic at the district hospital. So there are many achievements and many milestones that we have achieved during this 1 year. This year, the theme for World No Tobacco Day is tobacco and heart disease. Yeah, next slide, please. Yeah, when we say tobacco, as we all know, it has an addictive substance called nicotine. And that is why it is difficult to quit. These are some of the smokeless tobaccos and the biri that we get out here. I could not get a proper picture of that one. It circulated in Facebook and in WhatsApp and all, saying like, sing tangzial tekha, smoking is injurious to tobacco. So we are not promoting anything like that. Yeah, next slide, please. When we say global scenario, we know that tobacco kills 7 million people each year. When we say 7 million people, you might think it's just a number. You might think it's just a number, but even love is not the only thing that breaks heart. Tobacco also breaks heart, and it did break my heart. There are my family members who have been a victim of tobacco. And these numbers will speak to you when it touches your family member. So let's take this very serious business as a serious business from today. That tobacco these 7 million people can include your brother, your sister, your dad, or your family member. Uncle died of emphysema because he was a heavy chronic smoker. So let's let Churachandpur, let Lamka take this tobacco as a serious business from today. Yeah, and not only the person who is smoking, someone who gets the smoke from the other person, second-hand smoke, we call it. That is also very harmful for the person. Yeah, next. The disease burden, it's about this year, as we know, that's cardiovascular disease. Cardiovascular. Yeah, this year, since we're talking about cardiovascular disease, if you see the handouts, that you will receive in the file today, can staffs come and distribute to the people on the dais for the GATS2 report? Today we want to disseminate the GATS2 data for Manipur also. The average of India is somewhere around 26. But Manipur stands, the prevalence in Manipur, the number of people using tobacco is around 55%. That means 55% in every 100 people in Manipur is using tobacco. That means 50% of the people, more than 50% of the people are using tobacco in Manipur. And if you see the report properly, Ziana, one here, please. Sorry for the technical glitch, otherwise we would have done it. Yeah, and if you see here, we know that GATS, when we say GATS, it's Global Adult Tobacco Survey. The first one was conducted in 2009 to 10, and this is the second time, 2016 to 17. In 2016 to 17, Manipur is the worst performing state. Neighboring states like Nagaland, Mizoram, they have been doing very well. They have been achieving, and they have been, the reduction of tobacco users have reduced considerably. But in Manipur, there are no changes at all because the National Tobacco Control Program was introduced only in Imphal West and Churachandpur, and we could not do much because of the fund constraint. But now we are trying our best to work hard. There are like, if you see from the report here, you will see the figures given here. Like what are the prevalence of current tobacco use in the first page here. in 2009 to 2016, there's been an increase in tobacco use. Smoking has reduced, but smokeless tobacco use. Smokeless tobacco, when we say smokeless tobacco, includes the gutkha, the zarda, the khaini, and all, and the talam, gutkha, and all that. So in Manipur, that has considerably increased. So and if we turn to the next page, you will see the age of initiation of tobacco use. So the age of initiation has gone up, and prevalence of smoking and smokeless tobacco by age group, if you see here, the most productive age group, that is 25 to 44 years, and 45 to 64 are the maximum users of tobacco. And exposure to secondhand smoke, if you see in the third page, it says exposure to secondhand smoke at home. That means even if we ban in public places also, we have to work at home first. Because at home, if you are not a smoker, but if your family is a chronic smoker, the smoke that you get from your family members will also be causing the same effect to you as it is to the body. Yeah, smokeless, some say that, gutkha khong chu taksa dele poilo zohi, but the effect that smokeless has is also the same. Because when we say tobacco, it includes 70 plus carcinogens. Cancer piang sakte agent som sagi ival oma, chemical le 70 plus oma hi. And there are increased risks of oral cancer, mouth, throat, lips, gums, and tongue. Yeah, next please. Next please. Next, please. Yeah, a GAD survey we have talked about. Yeah, next. Next. Yeah, 1 second, please. Here, I want to focus. Yeah, see, can you see the yellow one here? The yellow line. That's the India average. India average. That means out of 100 people in India, 20% only use tobacco. But in Manipur, if you see, it's 55.1. So that means out of 100 people in Manipur, 55 people are using tobacco. Yeah, next please. Yeah, GATS 2 survey for Manipur. Yeah, next. Because the world, the amount of that is due to the use of tobacco, indirect or direct. Use of tobacco is so much that the World Health Organization is making a separate interest for this, a framework convention called FCTC, Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, where all the countries of the world are participating, and India is one of the major stakeholders. And so the WHO came up with this Empower. Please be acquainted with the acronyms here. Empower, it says monitor tobacco use, protect people from smoke, offer to quit, warn about the dangers of tobacco, enforce bans on tobacco, advertising, promotion, and sponsorship, and even raise tax on tobacco. Yeah, next. Yeah, Manipur. This is what we have talked about. I mean, 44.9% are the non-users. That means more than 50% are using tobacco. Yeah, next. Next, please. Yeah, prevalence of tobacco. You see, India is much lower. We are double of the users in the whole of India. So that means we have to really ponder upon it. Yeah, next. Gender. When we say gender, the pink one is women. Women in Manipur don't usually smoke, but they're the highest users of smokeless tobacco. Yeah, next. In rural areas, it is more smoking and even smokeless. Yeah, these are the most commonly used products like betel quid with tobacco. That is, in another word, it's jarda. Cigarette can be singtangzial also, and khaini. And yeah, next. This is all in the reports that you received. So in Manipur, from these differences that we get from the GATS-2 data is that there's a significant decrease in smoking, but there's no change in smokeless tobacco. That means we have to really publicize the ill effects of smokeless tobacco also, not only smoking. Yeah, and the change. In rural areas, if you see, these GATS-2, after the introduction of National Tobacco Control Program in the urban areas, it has gone down. In the rural areas, the use of tobacco has gone up. And next, please. Age of initiation we've mentioned. Next. Yeah, age group we've mentioned. Among minors, yes. Smokeless tobacco is common among minors. That means among our school-going children, smokeless tobacco is very common. Yeah, non-tobacco products. See, pan masala without tobacco, there's around 7-8. And overall, betel quid without tobacco, that is, betel quid without tobacco is mostly the kom kuva that we see. Some people say that the kom kuva, the leaf, the betel leaf is something like, it even contains vitamin C. They say it's very good. But when you mix with the lime, and when you take that areca nut along with it, areca nut is recently found to contain carcinogen. So that means kom kuva is also not safe. And the next one, please. Yeah, cessation attempt. There are some smokers who have planned to quit, but they are not given help. So we opened the tobacco cessation clinic for those people who want to quit tobacco. Yeah, next. Next, please. Next. Yeah, average monthly expenditure on cigarettes and biri. In gas one, cigarette, in the orange one, it's more, but the biri, that means the cigarette, the singtang, zial and all that we use in the rural areas are more or less the same. Yeah, next please. I think we can leave this because these are all a repetition of what is given in the, so let's go to the second slide. Yeah, I want to highlight a little bit about COTPA 2003. If you all are aware, this is Cigarettes and Other Tobacco Products Act 2003. India is one of the first countries to have a proper legislation. It says it is applicable to everything in that includes tobacco, but it does not include pan masala. But if that pan masala, if that gutkha is mixed with that T5 zarda or that rajnigandha is mixed with tulsi, that means it can be covered under COTPA. And there are main provisions, section 4, 5, 6, and 7. Manipur from the next month, after clearance from the Chief Secretary and the DGP, we will be starting chalaning system. For section 4 and 6, it will be compoundable, that it will be settled at that place. But for section 5 and section 7, if anyone is being fined, they will have to go to the court. So, if anyone is interested to know more, we can discuss later. Yeah, next please. Section 6 is most important because as we have the educational institution representatives here with the SARZTO here, Section 6A says that we are not allowed to sell anything related to tobacco below 18 years of age. So that means if we find anyone buying that one, we can challan them, okay? The shopkeepers can be asked to pay a fine of rupees 200. And 6B is like within 100 yards radius of the school. If any shop is found to have selling any product, they will be fined. And the school will have the responsibility to place a poster, okay? There will be specific size also, 30 by 60 size, and there will be the name of the person and the phone number where we can report to. If that person is not there, and if we just say it's not done, so we have to report it to that person also. So the education department will, we will have a meeting later on and try to find out, because this is what you have been doing only. The private schools have been doing this very well. So we can work together in that way. Yeah, next. These are some of the authorized officers who can collect the challan for section 4 and 6. All gazetted officers in their own offices, like the ZTO, he's the authorized officer. For the SP's office, it's the SP. And for CMO, Madam CMO will be the authorized officer. Yeah, next. And even for medical superintendent for the district hospital. And college, if you see here, serial number 7, college, school, headmaster, principal, and teacher. So the respective educational institute head can be the authorized officer. Yeah, next. So way forward, that's my last slide. Yeah, as we observe this World No Tobacco Day, there are a few things I want us to take back. There are representatives from church here, representatives from medical, and even from other departments. Implementation, let's implement CODPA 2003 in the real form. As soon as the challan is being given, let's do it in the real form. And let's have tobacco-free public places. Section 4, no smoking in public places. Let's put up the banner, and if anyone is found to have smoked, then we'll just cut a challan in their name and then take a fine of rupees 200. And if we wonder where this 200 will be deposited, there is a separate account in the state where we have to deposit this 200. So whatever fines that you collect, since we'll be, keeping in check of the receipt number and the book and all, so we'll be depositing it into the state account. And creation of comprehensive IEC activities, especially involving the local cable networks and printed media. And we want the tobacco cessation clinic at the district hospital to be fully functional, as in you can send any patient. We have been there for 1 year, but we hardly have patients. I mean, just 1 or 2 patients per week, or maybe in a month there are just 3 or 4 patients. So we need to have more, you need to send more clients to the tobacco cessation clinic. We offer free counseling services. We have a smoker laser that tests the amount of carbon monoxide in your body. So I request each one of us who are present out here to spread the news that tobacco cessation clinic is open. And we want the active involvement of elected leaders, philanthropic organizations, churches, civil societies, women's organizations, and NGOs, KYKs, and NSS. And yeah, thank you so much for your patient hearing. As we hear, I request all of us to stand, even the dignitaries on the dais, and take this pledge together on this World No Tobacco Day, and this will be the end of my speech. Let's place our right hand on the chest and take this pledge together. Yeah. I recognize that tobacco kills millions of people across the globe. Therefore, I pledge to abstain from the use of tobacco and participate in the battle against it. I pledge to spread awareness about the hazards of tobacco. I pledge to live a healthy tobacco-free life. I will say no to tobacco and will help my friends, families, colleagues to say no to tobacco. Yeah, thank you very much.
I hope this dissemination of GATS2 will have helped in minimizing the use of tobacco in the district and in the state immensely. Moving on, we shall now hear a speech from our chief guest, Mr. Shyamlal Punya IAS, Deputy Commissioner, Chairman, DHS, Churachandpur.
Good morning, friends. Respected Madam Manwam Singh, Deputy Commissioner, Fairjol, my colleague Sri Rakesh Balwal, SP Churachandpur, and CEO District Council Churachandpur, CMO Churachandpur, CMO Fairjol, and my colleagues from District Administration, Police and various line departments, and doctors and other functionaries from Health Department, and media friends. As all of us are aware of the ill effects of tobacco, and the warning is also written very clearly in all the tobacco products that it's injurious to health or it kills. But we happily ignore it. So what we need is the change of mindset. And I've seen people who will deliberately go to the district hospital premises and will either chew, either like smoke. So that we have to resist that temptation, and will come down heavily on all such offenders also, as we have agreed in the District Health Society Rogi Kalyan Samiti meeting also, and will seek cooperation from all the DLOs, and the charity begins at home. So first of all the DLOs, my officers, and including myself, though I don't smoke or chew anything, but that we have to, if we have to send an effective message, then we have to start it from ourselves. And that's how our children will learn that if our parents are practicing something not so good and preaching something else, then they are not going to take it from us. And to live a healthy life, and as it's, I think, consuming more people than road accidents or any other ailment. So this NCD and other clinics are also working, and this tobacco cessation clinic is also operational in our district hospital. And I'm lucky to have Dr. Chingnun Siam there. She could help my father quit smoking. So I'm very lucky in that sense, and I would like to appeal all the officers present here, all the audiences, to motivate your kith and kin to give up the smoking or chewing the tobacco or any related products, because in long run it is going to create more problem to not only physically but financially also. And the simple economics can be seen by the reduction in spending on healthcare and related issues. So let us try to build our town a place free from all kind of ailments which we can control. The things which are beyond our control, though, we can only strive or give it a try. But the things which we can control very much, we should, I think, go full throttle. And as we have cleaned the environment physically, but externally only, but the internal environment of our individual's body structure can only be cleansed by adopting a healthy way of life, be it like 5 minute, 10 minute daily exercise, walking or jogging, and to give up any sort of, like, maybe smoking, drinking, and any, though it looks very small, but it creates a whole lot of trouble for us. So let us take this resolve on this day that we'll quit the tobacco, and all of us have now, bound by the pledge also we have taken. So none of us should be seen chewing or smoking in public places at least. In your private space you can go for some time, because winning away also takes some time, and in the midterm you should try to quit it. And on this, we are also observing intensified diarrhea prevention control fortnight. So today is the starting day for that fortnight also. And it all starts from unhygienic condition, especially drinking water and our nails and the other openings of the body. So we'll have to teach our family members and friends the hand washing technique and other healthy lifestyle habits, so that we can avoid these preventable ailments of our society. And I would like to invite Dr. Siam to just have this one token breathometer, which will be used to test your lung capacity, and we'll be conducting for all the DLOs this health checkup, and maybe in the short run we'll be issuing them the health certificates. So madam, just please, this one for you. Yeah. So thank you, and may God bless us all with all the health and happiness in our lives. Thank you.
Now we'll have the launching of ICDF 2018, Intensified Diarrhea Control Fortnight 2018. Distinguished guests and all the invitees, I, on behalf of the District Health Society Churachandpur, once again welcome each and every one of you on this auspicious launching of Intensified Diarrhea Control Fortnight. We have already heard about demerits of tobacco, and I think from today myself I'll be able to quit tobacco. And now let's focus in this one, diarrhea. We have heard about how to quit tobacco, the merits of tobacco. Now we'll focus in diarrhea. We have been doing since this program from 2014, and now it's still continuing. So why the government is still focusing in ICDF, and why it is very important. ICDF was first launched in 2014. It was launched because in whole India, this childhood diarrhea under 5 is one of the major killer, contributing to 10% death of below under age 5 and under 5 children. So government is focusing so that government is planning so that through ORS and zinc, through ORS and zinc, since the uses of this ORS and zinc is very low in Churachandpur, if we increase the uses of ORS and zinc, diarrhea below 5 will come down, and this the childhood diarrhea under 5, this one in our district will be improved. The government is planning that this time that every household at the peripheral level, the ASA will distribute the ORS and zinc at the doorstep level, and these ORS uses in our district at present is only 60.1%, and zinc uses in our district is only 20.3% only. So we have to increase these uses of ORS and zinc to 90%, so that we can see our team here. So when we reach ORS and zinc coverage to 90%, we'll achieve zero child death due to childhood diarrhea. So I request today all the stakeholders, ICDS, all the ZEO, and all the grassroots level ASA and Anganwadi workers, when we work together hand in hand, and when we work with dedication and responsibility, we can make our district we can bring down diarrhea to zero. So I request all the us once again that let's work together for these peripheral people who can't afford even a single zinc tablet and ORS. At our district level is okay, but when you see the peripheral area, these peoples are low, because of this poor socio-economic condition, they can't afford even single tablet of this one, zinc and ORS. So let's focus this time at the peripheral area, so that our district will have this one, will increase the uses of ORS and zinc, and diarrhea case, death due to diarrhea case will come down in our district. So let's work together and make our Churachandpur district a better one. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Respected DC, Churachandpur, and then respected SP, CMO, dignitaries on the dais, and my dear colleagues. Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to present a short, I won't take much time, I'll take only 5 minutes of what is diarrhea and why are we scared of diarrhea. We are scared of diarrhea. What is acute diarrhea? We have acute and chronic diarrhea. Acute diarrhea is those cases which usually last for not more than 2 weeks. It usually starts with a bulky, loose, watery, bulky stool. And then why are we scared of diarrhea? Because if that condition continues, the child will be dehydrated, the child will not be able to feed anymore, and then the child will not be able to feed anymore, and then in the end, the child may collapse and get into shock. So that is why we are scared of diarrhea. Diarrhea in India, it is the 3rd leading cause of mortality in children under 5 years of age. So we'll just go with the definition first, and then later on I'll skip. I won't stick to this slide. Instead, I'll give some of my experience and then tell you what are the importance of ORS and zinc. That will be my presentation. I will just go with the definition first of all. It is defined as the passage of 3 or more loose or watery stools in a 24-hour period. However, it is the recent change in consistency and character of the stools rather than the number of times that is more important. So it doesn't matter how many times we pass, what is more important is the consistency of the stool. One most common confusion among the mothers is a newborn child who is on exclusively breastfeed, and if the child passes 4 to 5 times or maybe 6, 7 times stool in a day, they get confused easily with diarrhea. They used to go to the pharmacy, take some or two or any over-the-counter medicines and start giving them. In fact, if the child, a newborn child up to 6 months of age, exclusively breastfeeding, then even if the child passes 6 to 7 times stool a day, it is not diarrhea. As long as the baby is feeding well, it is not diarrhea. That is one misconception which we have. Now, about diarrhea, what are the complications of diarrhea? We divide it as some dehydration and severe dehydration. In most cases, when we encounter in the OPD, most of child turn up with a case of some dehydration. And it is very important on our part to not only give medicine, but advise the mother as to when to come for again another round of checkup if the child worsen. Say suppose the child is vomiting, the child is having fever, the child is having loose motion. Now the child have come to OPD and we have already taught them and discussed them and then advised them about the importance of taking medicine. Now, what is more important is telling them when to return. If the child keep passing stool, like if the loose motion continues, if the child keep vomiting, and if the child is not able to feed, or if the child has passed very minimal amount of urine, then those are the situations, those are the danger signs which the mother should be able to recognize and return to a nearest hospital or nearest healthcare facility as soon as possible. So those are the danger signs, and it is important on our part as a health worker, as a health professionals, to really teach them and educate them, and then make the mothers aware of these danger signs. Now, during these coming 2 weeks, fortnight, intensified diarrhea control fortnight, we will be opening ORS and Zinc corner, and then ASAs will be delivering home visits. ASAs will do home visits, and they will deliver ORS and Zinc ORS packets and Zinc tablets to every house they visit. So what is the importance of this ORS? And another misconception, because in the pharmacy or in any dukan, we always get that ORS L packet, the readily available one, fluid one. Actually, that is an energy drink I'm not telling about, but that is not what we prescribe for a diarrhea. What we prescribe for diarrhea is the powdered form. It is a WHO formulated form with scientifically proven. It is one of the greatest discovery actually, in fact, which is easily available, which is very cheap, and which at times, when given properly, can even do away with the requirement of antibiotics also. So ORS, this is a WHO. What we prescribe and what we advocate is the use of the powdered packet form, WHO formulated one. There is another misconception which they have. Which people think that the bottle form just like fruity and all those maja sec, the same packet one. If they give that, they think that that is the one they think like whenever we talk about ORS, but that is not the one in fact. And Zinc. Why do we give Zinc? Zinc we usually give for 14 days. Zinc, it says it not only reduces the frequency of diarrhea, but it also improves the consistency and it reduces the illness period of illness. Now, most often we, as usual, to remind ourselves, Zinc we used to give it for 14 days. But many a times the diarrhea settles after 4 to 5 days. So parents, they hardly continues with the medicine. We give them for 14 days, but they used to give for 5 to 6 days when the diarrhea settled. But in fact, it is very important to give Zinc for a total number of 14 days because it is going to reduce further episode of diarrhea in the future. So giving 14 days course is a must actually. So those are the few misconceptions which we have about ORS and Zinc. Now what is not ORS, which it's already on the slide. You can have a look. Now we have discussed about the complications now. What are the common complications with a child having diarrhea can have? They can have convulsion, that is seizure. They can have convulsion, they can lead to meningitis, and then there will be complications. And then if the child is severely hydrated, it can go into hypovolemic because of lack of fluid in the body. It can go into shock, severe sepsis, and finally death. Those are the common causes. However, as we have mentioned, our theme for this year is zero child deaths due to childhood diarrhea. So probably, with God's grace, most probably we will be able to achieve this. In the last 1 year in district hospital, we do not have child death due to diarrhea. No, there has been no child death because of diarrhea in under 5 children in district hospital. So we hope and we aim to continue with this achievement and keep it. And of course, with this short message about acute diarrhea management, ORS, the importance of zinc, I would like to close my talk. Thank you so much.
Moving on, now I give time to Dr. Steve to continue with for the demonstration of ORS preparation and for the demonstration of hand washing.
And Sir CMO Perzol and Sir Tong Zakai also to come on the stage, and our DNO NTCP also to demonstrate the hand washing. First, you have to put the soap on your hand. Once they are ready, I'll just talk about the space. I hope they are ready. First, palm to palm. Second step is right hand over the left hand. Then left hand over the right hand. The interlocking. Knuckle of the fingers. Both the hands. Then thumbs. Both the thumbs. Then tips of the finger. This is the 6th step of hand washing, which we have to follow on daily basis. There is a reason why we wash like this, because normally we used to wash our hand like that. Why do we have to do like this? Because, please be seated. I'll just give an explanation why we have to follow this 6th step of hand washing. In that, we are unable to clean the interior part, the inside part. That's why we have to put it like this, so that inside one, in between the fingers, we almost forget every time. So when we clean inside the fingers, we forgot the back side of the fingers again. That are deposited here. So we have to put it like this. Then why? Because when we clean like this, we forgot the knuckles, the back side of our finger, this side. That's why we have to put it like this. Then why do we have to clean thumbs? Because while doing this 4th step, we almost forgot the thumbs, the very important parts. So we have to clean like this. Then the dangerous part is the tips of the finger, where all the dots are inside the nails. That's why we have to clean the tips of the finger. Then we have to wash our hand. Thank you so much. I hope everyone follows from today onward. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That was very helpful. Now we will hear a speech from the Churachandpur Doctors Association.
Respected Chief Guest, Guest of Honor, Functional President, CMO Perzol, Churachandpur, and other dignitaries on the dais, as well as my colleagues and delegates here. I wish you a very good morning to you all. Today, I myself, Dr. P. Hagintungdim, President of Churachandpur Doctor Association, am standing here to deliver a short speech. And we, the Churachandpur Doctor Association, are really very, very grateful to be approached to jointly organize this Not War, Not Tobacco Day with the theme Tobacco Breaks Heart. Our very member, our Finance Secretary, Dr. Chingnun Siam herself is our Finance Secretary. The day she approached this, we did not think twice. We said, yes, we'll go ahead. It should be a joint venture. And I'll tell you why. Firstly, today, at the very outset, I would like to introduce my very association, Churachandpur Doctor Association. Previously, at its inception in 2003, was called Churachandpur District Tribal Doctor Association. Over the years, it has been changed, it has gone matured in quantity and quality, and as we observed our 15th Foundation Day on May 18 this month, we unanimously decided to rename and revamp ourselves with the name Churachandpur Doctor Association. And this is a very new name, and currently we are 136 active member doctors from Churachandpur, and we are really, really strong. And today itself, many of our members are taking part actively in the organizing as well as to come and observe this very program. And in front of you all, I would like to invite them to kindly stand up wherever they are so that you may see their faces, and we'll give a round of applause to them. Please kindly sit up, all CDA members, wherever you are. Yes, ma'am, CMOs on the dais, those on the dais. Dr. Steve is here. Okay, thank you all, please be seated. Yes, our DNO rightly said that Manipur had more than 50% of the populations are indulging in tobacco products. And if I have to say about Churachandpur, I will say more than 50% of the 50% in Churachandpur are contributed by Churachandpur people. I may not be wrong, because as a doctor, I know very well, and doctors here, we know very well how rampant is the use of tobacco and its allied products in our town. It is truly very sad. Where from these teaching and habits come, it's something worth pondering and looking into deeper dimensions. You know, it's a challenge and it's really bad. And it is not coherent with any of our teachings, be it religious or be it institutional teachings. No one promotes this, but somehow our people are using it as a fashion, as a tradition. We as doctors are surprised many times to see some of our patients says, I'm not indulging in any of these things, because it's very rare. Most of our patients use one of or more of the products, and it is really a health concern. Why is it so? In the world, India stood second in tobacco used. And it is said in India, one person dies of tobacco-related diseases every second. While I speak, at least 4 Indians have died already, according to the studies. And it's really painful. And in Churachandpur, why it has to be taken so lightly? One thing is ignorance. People think it's another chewing gum or something while they are at very young stage. And when they realize it's not good, it was too late. They are already addicted to it. One doctor by the name of Dr. Fiona, with whom I have worked in MSF 2009 to 10. As I was leaving MSF, I asked her one question. She was from England. She stayed nearly a year in our district. I asked her, I know in Churachandpur, you are from England, a developed country. You will not like anything in our town. I will not ask, what do you like most in Churachandpur? But I'm going to ask you one question. What do you dislike most in Churachandpur? And she was like, without thinking much, she said, as I walked the street, I saw people with red mouths spitting something on the wall and the roadside. Yucks! Yucks! She said. And 2 years later, there was assault on an Indian attack. Indians were attacked in Australia, we may still remember. And someone was stabbed, even. And as I read through the newspaper, one interview, an Australian guy says, he was asked why Indians are discriminated in Australia. He said, one reason being that wherever they are, they dirty the places. They come with something, choose something, and dirty wherever they are. We don't like that. And if they come to Chanpur, that man come to Chanpur, what will he say? I don't know. And I'm speaking in front of all responsible people, all capable of all capacity here. I know to whom I'm speaking today, and I know what we can do about this. So, tobacco breaks hearts. Really, it breaks hearts. In two ways, I find how it breaks heart. First, physically. The heart itself is broken by tobacco. Why? Tobacco and its related products, DNO has rightly said, smoke and smokeless forms, they come. They all contain this very dangerous lethal chemical called nicotine, which is more addictive than marijuana, is more addictive than even heroin, and it is more addictive than cocaine, morphine, and bang. It's really addictive. And what happens is this nicotine is very, very toxic to the tissues. And I will not say this is a medical studies, a medical topic, you will not like it. But I will just say that it thickens the blood vessels in smoking form or in chewing form. It goes into the system, thicken the blood vessels become less smooth, more tight, blood supplies to important structures like the heart, the brains are disturbed. So it is a cause of cardiovascular accident, heart attack, stroke. So it is said it is one of the major cause of sudden death. So today, we are here. We know it breaks hearts. That way it breaks the physical heart. How another heart it breaks is the emotional heart, the invisible heart. How does this break? As a doctor, my patients, I always asked, when they have, many of our patients, I had a study, when I was doing my family medicine course under CMC Vellore, I was given a thesis topic to work on what is most prevalent in your posting place. Those days I was posted in the hill, inner districts, or inner portion of Churachandpur, I won't mention. I had a study and took first 100 patients, first 5 every day in my OPD. And the disease I found out was gastritis. In common terms, we call gastritis, acid peptic diseases. Most of my patients, 80% of my patients came with gastric problem, the first 5, random. And I asked them their dietary habits, and 100% of them took tobacco or others, at least pan, tamil, and chewing, and smoking. And I realized, book doesn't correlate all these things, but from my experience, what I learned is that tobacco does really destroy the stomach. Of course, we all know tobacco, and the media promote that tobacco causes cancer, oral cancer, and all not. But today I'm saying tobacco causes gastric ulcer, peptic ulcer, acid peptic disease, we call gastritis. And what happens is, in the long run, when the stomach is spoiled, the patient has no appetite. Patient cannot eat food properly. Then dietary problem. And second thing, even if they take good food, the body cannot absorb the nutrients required. Then they suffer from vitamin deficiency, especially the nerve vitamins. And the nerves suffer. They have nerve problem. The muscles suffer. They have body ache, unknown symptoms. And in the long run, what happens? They are not strong anymore. They are weak. When they are empty stomach, they are weak. That means they cannot work as they are supposed to be. Then their earning is disturbed. And they become poor. That time they come crying to the doctors. Then it's too late. Once the stomach is spoiled, it can never be cured. No doctor, any doctors who say, I will cure peptic ulcer disease, he is a liar. It will be cured for the moment. We give one course of PPI, it will recur again. It's like a spoiled rags, cloth, restitch. Today, what I'm saying is that in that process, the family become poor. It breaks really the heart, the emotional heart. They are not normal anymore. They are literally crying. They cannot get cured anymore. Today, tobacco is very dangerous. So, keeping that aside, what can we do? Today, collectively, we can work together. We, Churachandpur Doctor Association, have chosen a theme, Fight Addiction for Healthy Life, for 2018 and 19. We are so much burdened with this. And we also took a pledge to counsel our patients to give up this bad habit. Doctors are so powerful. When we counsel our patient who trusted us so much, this is bad, this is why you are like this, your problem is because of tobacco. Next time you come, I myself used to say, come and tell me that you have given up. I give 2 weeks time. Many said, sir, I have given up since you said. Some said, sir, I have reduced my dose. Next time I'll come, I'll quit. Doctors, we can do a lot. So we have decided at our capacity, all doctors, wherever we are working, we are going to campaign for it. And now, not only doctors are still sitting here. It was when I was posted in Parbum, one of my trips on my way back. I was seated in a DI, carrying lots, bags full of something. All the way, vehicle breakdowns, nearly 18 times I counted. We took 2 days to reach Churachandpur. But what was the vehicle carrying? It was nothing but talab. Full bag, not even a place to sit on the back side. I was sitting on the front, a doctor, with full of poisons behind me. How can I forget that episode? It's too bad. And who are supposed to control that? A doctor, definitely not. I was sitting there, I could not say anything. What are you carrying? They felt side, they said it's tobacco, but oh, it's too bad. What can I say? Who are going to consume? Our people. It's being transported from Barak River down here. And I think it's still happening. So, what can we do? Police are here, I'm happy. I won't tell what you can do. There is something you must do. Okay, doctors, I have told what we can do. We are going to promote media. We'll try to make a movie, if possible, how ill affected. It is in the pipeline. We are ready to discuss. It's in my heart. We'll do some interviews with addicts. We'll do our part. We'll try to do suggestion. I'm happy our DNO has convinced our respected deceased father to give up smoking. If that can happen to that, it can happen to anyone. Number 2, that I think police will do about the transit. You please do something, law and order. Number 2 is church leaders. No one is here. I have been campaigning. It's not good. They are there, I think. But our teaching, our Bible never promotes tobacco. It says your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And it's the temple we cannot indulge. In any way we explain, we cannot be justified. So church leaders, please do your part. And lastly, the government, I think they should stop producing this. They are giving us a headache. Or levy huge tax. Huge tax. Here, we are celebrating no tobacco. They told us to promote, to give up, but they allow them to produce all the time. What they are doing, I don't know. Today, all I can say is that I know what I can do. I know what my team can do as Doctor Association, and we will do what best. The rest, all of you know what you can do. Saying this, once again, I thank you all for inviting us. Let us work together. We are here on the same boat. We join hands in every time. We are approachable now. We have never been active as this now, and we'll be more active. We are ready in any way we can help. Thank you. I, on behalf of CDA, wish you a good day.
Thank you, sir, for the speech. We shall now hear another speech from our functional president, Dr. Kim Naijing Simte, Chief Medical Officer, Churachandpur, which will be followed by Dr. Lian Khaozam Kuite, Chief Medical Officer, Farzol. I would now like to call upon Dr. Kim Naijing Simte.
Respected Deputy Commissioner, Churachandpur, Shamlal Punia, respected Deputy Commissioner, Madam Manwamching, DC Perzol, Rakesh Balwar, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Churachandpur, T. Kamwanlal Simte, CEO, Srimati K.H. Maipakpi Devi, DPO, Dr. Lian Khaozam, Chief Medical Officer, Perzol, all the distinguished guests, DLOs, medical officers, philanthropic organization leaders, church leaders. Well, today we have a very beautiful twinned inauguration of World Tobacco Day and inauguration of Intensified Diarrhea Control Fortnight. The world, as we usually say these days, the world is running fast. There is no more time. Let us take minimum and with maximum advantage. So today, with the same people, with the different mottos of this this one World Tobacco Day and intensified direct control program, which is very, very important. We combine today, and we have heard so much about the importance and the effects of tobacco for our health, especially how it affects the heart. And we have heard that so many death all around the world, some 30% of heart disease is due to smoking. And there are many diseases. When we talk about heart, there are many heart disease, coronary disease, congestive heart failure, and many other. So I will not be elaborating all this, the effect and the importance to know what is all about this tobacco and its effect. Everyone is well versed with it. I will narrate one patient. She came to my consultation room, and then she told me, "Doctor, I am suffering from this, but I want you not to tell me to quit khaini." She is first advising me, no? So that sort of patients are there. Once it comes to addiction, it is very, very difficult. Some patients, they say that instead of me to quit tobacco, I'll rather quit food. So mostly everyone is aware of the dangers and the complications of tobacco. And from today, as we have already taken the pledge, let us examine ourselves, let us motivate or sensitize our people the dangers, so that our world will be a better place to live. And for this diarrhea, we have heard from our pediatrician. It is a very simple, preventable disease which can be cured by a simple ORS and zinc. So our theme is zero death due to diarrhea. And we say that we are living in a 20th century computerized world, but if we still suffer from a disease which are preventable, like example, a 20th century old malaria, TB, all this preventable disease. And today, taking this platform as an opportunity, we have vaccine preventable diseases. 9 preventable vaccine preventable disease. In routine immunization, our children are giving free, and it is our children's right to get this immunization. So the parents should not devoid their child's right. Now, because of the negligence or the misconception of from the parents' side, our measles rubella campaign achievement is very poor compared to other districts. When we think that we are also educated in terms of compared to any other district, but there are so many refusals. When our government is trying to give the best health to our people in a form of immunization, our parents, they don't allow the children to get this vaccinated because of many misconceptions. So let us once again put our efforts more in motivating, in discharge our duties, so that our district will not, there should be no death due to vaccine preventable disease, and zero death due to diarrheal disease, and no death due to tobacco and its product related disease in our district, Churachandpur. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. In the absence of our mission and NHM chairman, Sir DC Punya, respected SP, respected DC, especially for my district, and Sri Kamal CEO, Churachandpur, and all other officials and invitees, philanthropic organizations who have come here. Well, you may not know me. I'll firstly introduce myself. I'm CMO Perzol, newly created district, underprivileged district, where there's no any infrastructure and nothing inside the district, I should say. Dr. Lian Khosam Guite, newly appointed as CMO. This program, combined with Churachandpur district, tobacco and heart disease, and this IDCF also, they request me to combine all, but due to this, as I said, underprivileged interior, diarrhea control is more important in the hilly area where there's no facilities. So I want to conduct there and spread awareness to the hill regions where they could not afford any emergencies, no hospitals. Even if there is a hospital, it's far from 10 to 15 kilometers to walk, where we cannot meet the emergency. We cannot meet the emergencies in time. So tobacco and heart disease, this is also to be spread in the hilly area where 60 to 70 or maybe rather about 80% maybe heavy smokers in the hill while walking in the fields. 10 to 20 decades before, we used to see people moving around, even in office, even in hospitals, everywhere, smoking, throwing their tobacco everywhere they like. But nowadays it is a bit improving that in offices, government offices, we hardly see this. Every staffs and visitors, smoking is less, I think. But one of the bad side of the bad effects of cigarette smoking is that I am being one of the heaviest smoker, 30 to 40 sticks per day. All my teeth were worn away now. I cannot speak clearly now. And then I have been stented. My heart is blocked at 2 places and stented. And I'm so weak. And in a year around 60, I became very old. So we should, all of us who were present, we should generate, or we should appeal to everybody whom we can tell or whom we can suggest that smoking is very injurious to all our health. For this, I want to say so much. If I continue on speaking, then so many things may crop up, so I'll end my speech here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir, for the speech. We shall now have yet another speech from Ms. Manwam Ching, IAS Deputy Commissioner for Zol.
Respected Deputy Commissioner Churchandpur, Siamlal Punia, Rakesh Balwalji, SP Churchandpur, Kamalal Simte, CEO District Council, Chief Medical Officers of Churachandpur and Perzol districts, doctors, public leaders, and all present here. A very good morning to you all. I'll make my speech short. We have here a system, whoever wants to speak more should speak very short so that they get invited the next time also. We are combining 2 very important programs today. No Tobacco Day, as well as this intensified diarrhea control fortnight. I'll first go to the no tobacco part. We have all pledged to free ourselves from tobacco. I hope, being responsible persons who all have pledged that pledge, should be following from now onwards. Preaching and not following is our habit, and that is a very bad thing, and we should be stopping that one. I'm tobacco free, and I hope you will also all be tobacco free. We have this habit, I should say, in Churachandpur. Tobacco is one killer, unrecognized sinner. Most people are taking it, not taking it as a bad thing. Khaini is so common. Almost every lady seems to like Khaini or thought that they need to take it to mix with others. Smoking is common, mainly with the elderly. Then we have another one, talab, a very common one. Even some young girls were taking inside the church. Church is also not respected for these tobacco things. We should call it a sinner. This tobacco is a sinner that is sinning us every now and then. But we didn't recognize that is our main problem. It is very difficult to mix with people, especially in our social gatherings. I don't know how many of you face that problem. The biggest problem I face when we go for gathering, say after these funerals, these condolence meetings, if you happen to sit at the backside, you will always have this problem. Secondhand smoking. It is very difficult to tolerate for those who are not smoking. And people, even educated people, were smoking without bothering for others. We should make a campaign that public smoking should be totally stopped in all public gatherings. And there are people who smoke inside the bus. This is another problem I had traveling in bus because I have motion sickness. Whenever I sit with someone who smokes, I usually throw out in the bus. That is an example. Many people face that secondary or second-hand smoking problem. This should be stopped through awareness. We should spread the message that what I did happily is injuring others. And whoever harms others is committing a sin. We should make that very, very strictly prohibited in public places, starting with government offices. Then there are doctors who smoke. I'm giving example. And when a very good doctor died of drinking, it was so disheartening. We should set examples as responsible persons. We should abstain first so that we can ask others to abstain from doing it. Without setting examples ourselves, telling people is not very effective. So the first task for all who gathered here today is let us be examples for this tobacco-free state. The percentage given by this the global survey is leaving out Churachandpur. Dr. Hagen has said the awareness of this causing injury to health is marked as 98.6 to 99%. But this figure is not fitting Churachandpur scenario. We are not aware. There are many who are not yet aware of the harmfuls of this. And another problem we have is this hookah tuibu, very commonly taken by young and old. That also we should focus on that. The harmful effects we have to spread. And the police also have to do more in controlling these prohibited items, especially. We cannot say about those non-prohibited items. At least those prohibited tobacco items should be checked so that we get lesser items here to be consumed. Another topic we have is the intensified diarrhea control fortnight. Excuse me. We have to teach parents more those living in the villages. The hand washing technique was so simple, but it was hardly followed. We have to create more awareness. Our focus should not be based on the town. Town people are more civilized in one way and more informed than our people living in the far-flung areas. We should spread the message to the hills and the remote areas also. And another one we have, as Madam CMO has said, is there are a number of people who are against this vaccination. Vaccination has nothing to do with our religion. It has nothing to do with 666.
that let's spread that message. I'm a pastor's wife. When the other was captured, I took on the first day. Other is also a misconception for some people. It has nothing to do with this 666 thing. This rubella measles vaccination has nothing to do with that religious matters. Let us spread that our children need those things and remove the misconception through our social media and the print media. We all have to work together for achieving good for the people. And for the last part, I'd like to thank the Doctors Association of Churachandpur for your cooperation to the district administration. District administration will be needing your cooperation in fighting a number of diseases and your cooperation in helping or in providing medicines, in providing manpower for a number of camps in the future also. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. I now call upon Dr. Chununsiam to take her time.
Good morning once again. Today we have one of the most powerful crowd in the whole of Churachandpur. All departments are here, even religious leaders are here, and we would like to especially thank the media for their participation throughout all the medical programs. Today, we just see that there are two banners here, but there is also another program that we have clubbed together. It is the Swachhata Pakhwada Closure Program. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has ordered the medical health department to carry out cleanliness activities. So cleanliness activities have been carried out in the district hospital and in various PHCs. We have visited villages like Kangvai, Saidan, Champhai, and even in Perzol district at Thanlon and Parbung. If the projector was here, we could have seen the slideshow here. Once we connected, we'll see it. And so in the course of that, we have partners, NGO partner, and who have been volunteering for that program. So today we want to felicitate them in front of the dignitaries here. So I request all the community development society members, whoever are present here, the NGO partner during the Swachhata Pakhwada, to come to the dais. And also the Goodwill Mission Service. These are young people who have been donating their blood voluntarily for the past few years together. Some they have donated 4 or 5 times. So I request all the members who are present here to come over to the stage. And I ask DPM to come and bring the memento. All members of GWMS, Goodwill Missions, and CDS. Yeah, to the CDS. And I would like to request our Rakesh Balwal to hand over the memento to the Goodwill Mission Service. Ali. And we would also like to award the cleanest awards in the hospital, district hospital. This is in cash prize. It's a very humble amount. So the
So I'll just take over. The reason why we give award is like under Swachhata Pakwada, there is a checklist which we have to go and check all the wards of district hospital. And the best clean award has to be given some kind of appreciation. So taking into account, like we have given some cash as well as some kind of gift so that the hospital will be more clean. And to make the public aware that the district hospital is making a proper dustbin for maintaining the hygiene of the hospital. In giving away this one, I will request our today's chief guest, Madam Manwamching, to give away the cash award. The best award, cleanest award in district hospital is maternity award. There was a tremendous changes. The gap between this one, casualty and maternity ward is only one step. That is the gap in hand washing of this one, hand washing step. The maternity ward is expert. I request our Deputy MS to receive the award from our chief guest of today, Madam Manwamching. I request her to come on the stage. It's a token of 1,000 to motivate the nurses there. Thank you so much. I request sir to stay again, sir. Sir, please, Sir Mang. Again, another ward like casualty, children ward, then OT, medicine ward, surgical ward. We want to give a kind of motivational award also. For them, we are giving 500 each. So I request our Sir SP to give that award to Beauty MS. Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Madam CMO to stand, and another award also we like to give away regarding dustbin for PHC Saikot and PHC Sagang. Yes, I have not seen the MO, so I request Madam CMO to give, I don't know, this color-coded dustbin, yellow, blue, red, and green. This is a code. There is a different type of waste we have to put up in the dustbin. So I request our public who is present here today to remember this coded. Then no need to throw. I request the public not to throw any kind of waste in the hospital and follow our, color-coded dustbin. Okay, then I request Sir CEO sir, to give away these 2 dustbin to Madam CMO so that Madam can pass it on to the PHC of both Sagang and Saikot. One is for Saikot PHC and another one will be for Sagang PHC. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, madam. Now I request our SP to give the dustbin to Parbung CHC for motivational of maintaining biomedical waste. I request our CMO, Perzol, to receive this dustbin from our respected SP for Parbung CHC. Thank you so much, sir. Now, lastly, the most important for PPTC center, where this test of HIV is done, as there doesn't have any dustbin, I request our deputy MS to come and take away this dustbin. This will be given out by our chief guest of today, Madam Manwamching, for district hospital. I request Madam, our chief guest, to give away dustbin to district hospital to our deputy commissioner, deputy MS. This is for PPTC Center, Gynae OPD. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. Lastly, now I request again Madam CMO to stand. I request my team to bring 3 black dustbin. 3 black dustbin. I request Madam Principal of GNM Training School, Madam Goizatin, to come and receive this dustbin. As this is a drive for cleanliness, so we want to give it to all the health center. 1 dustbin. Next will be followed by Bethesda School of Nursing, if any representative from Bethesda School of Nursing, which will be followed by Tunu School of Nursing, if any of them are there, to receive this dustbin from our CMO. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. This is my end of my program. Thank you so much.
As you see, some of the pictures here, these are the activities that was carried out during the Swasthya Pakhwada. Now we will have a short interaction with the invitees here today. We have representatives from women's organization. We have representatives from the churches, from the NGOs, and from food safety department as well, and police department, and other departments which I have not mentioned, even the media. Today we talked about World No Tobacco Day and intensified diarrhea control fortnight, and even the Swasthya. So is like we would welcome only 2 queries or or any comments from the audience. So we will open a short time, but we invite only 2 people. So if anyone would like to say anything or comment on it, so we will open the time for that. Any representatives from the church? As today's program is being video recorded as a courtesy by the Tullau TV, we are really thankful to them. So if any member from the church, if you want to speak in our own dialect, message again na hunahi. If there are no, we will come to the end of the program.
It's a surprise. There is one. We want to surprise one of our dedicated young and dynamic doctors who have been working very hard to improve his health center, and there is a special gift for him. I request Madam, all the guests present here in the dais to give away the award. It is a token from the central level, all the way from central it came, and we received that one yesterday with me and Madam CMO. That is for Dr. Steve Bihangemo in charge for getting 2 times consecutive getting the best PHC in our district for Kaya Cup Award. So I request Dr. Steve to come on the stage and all the guests. I request our staff to bring the gift. This is a surprise gift. Me and Madam also, we don't know what is inside. It is given by the central through the state government for getting the best PHC in our district. So I request all our dignitaries present here to give the award to him in appreciation of his service, dedicated service. Thank you so much, everyone. He got Best PHC Award consecutive for 2 years. And because of him, our Churachandpur district is very famous. Thank you so much for your hard work. Thank you everyone who are present on the dais. Thank you.
Now we have come to the end of the program. But we would like to thank many of the people who are here. First of all, we thank the Deputy Commissioner for his time. Even though he was on his way to Imphal, he could drop by. We thank Madam Man Wamching IAS for her valuable time and her speech. We thank Sir Kamwanlal Simte MCS, the Chief Executive Officer of ADCC, for helping us with the procurement of dustbin as well. And we thank all the church members here who are present. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all the civil society organizations, Department from Food Safety, and all other staffs, especially from the nursing colleges. Thank you so much for your time. And we also thank all the other DLOs who are present here. It is all because of you that today's program was a success. And we hope that Churachandpur will become smoke-free Churachandpur and soon a tobacco-free Churachandpur with the proper implementation of Kotpa 2003. Thank you very much, everyone, once again.
Walking together through this journey, let me be part of your story today. Fears can flood your soul, darkness steals the light. Keep your courage strong, don't give up the fight. Hearts and hands that heal, come so close, so near. Write new lyrics on the page, a new chapter is here. Your story, walking together through this journey. Let me be part of your story today.